Alright, people, it is time for some more connections. Now, I usually record these episodes around midday on Sunday, but today I'm recording it immediately after midnight, which is when the connections puzzle gets released uh, because I'm awake. Actually, what happened was earlier today, I was out with a friend, we were out watching a play, and then afterwards we went to get something to eat. And we were at a diner. It was one of those all-day breakfast places. And instead of getting a normal meal, I got pancakes and 2 cups of coffee in the late afternoon. And then when I got home, I had like a can of Coke. So I've got a lot of caffeine in me right now, and it's wrecked my sleep, I guess, system for the rest of the weekend. But I guess the upshot of that is that I'm pretty wide awake post midnight. Actually, let me uh let me walk that back a little. I am unable to go to sleep, but I still have the same mental fatigue that you normally have at the end of a long and stimulating day. So we'll see how this goes. Right, so I think that's enough talking, and it's time for some action. But one thing I gotta do is I gotta pull up the notepad, so give me a moment. Right, there we go. There we go. Let's jump in and see how this goes. Let me also get my keyboard. God, hang on. I should have gotten this out before I started, but you know what? Better late than never. All right. So what do we got? So permanent, everlasting, forever, and eternal. Obviously, seems like seems like a pretty good thing, or like a pretty obvious thing. All right. Now, what else? Institutes, launches, begins, pioneers. Could be a thing. Although trials is also part of that. Begins, launches. Oh no, that's not trials, that's trails. Okay, so yeah. So sorry. No. So these would be the ones in this, and I'm slightly less confident in this, but still seems like it makes sense. Now, robin and swallow and kite, these are birds. But then is there a fourth thing? Is swift a kind of bird? Let's go with the bird hypothesis for now. Robin, kite, swallow. And then maybe quote unquote swift. And then what's remaining? Returns, ending. Oh, happy returns, happy trails, happy ending, and happy days. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in this. So days, trails, returns, ending. I'm pretty confident this is gonna be purple as well. Yep. And out of these, if I'm right about this, then Swift is gonna be the last bird. And I'm pretty confident this is gonna be blue. Yeah. And now out of these two, I think the permanent one, just because of how easy it was to see, is gonna be the yellow one, but it's hard to say. But I feel like there's like a 70% chance this is gonna be the green one. We'll find out. Yeah, hell yeah, we got it. We did it. Another reverse rainbow. Okay, and that has taken our streak to 35. More than halfway towards beating my previous max streak. And let's revel in our victory by, well, we're not going to be able to see any great stats because of it's literally 12:07. It's been 6 minutes since I started, 7 minutes since the puzzle has been out. Nevertheless, yep, I mean, the solve rate might go down slightly because this is literally the stats for the uh, quarter of a million-ish people that are so insane that they will play Connections as soon as the puzzle goes up on midnight. But I did feel like this one was a pretty straightforward one to get. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see what the big mistakes were. However, the results are not in perfect rainbow order. Purple is the rarest. Yellow is the easiest, or the one that was easiest to find first, but green and blue are actually switched, which is interesting. Um, this was definitely easier for me to find than the blue one. So I guess people just know a lot more about birds than I do, which is interesting. Let's see some mistakes that people made. Hello. Oh, I didn't even realize that this was a red herring. Yeah, Batman Begins, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. I don't know about Returns, but uh usually if there's like a really good red herring, it'll have one thing from each of the four different categories. Um, so it's not a common mistake. Only 3% of people made it, but I mean, yeah, if I can see what people were going for in picking this. All right, all right. Yeah, we got purple first, which was indeed the trickiest to find today. We got blue second. We got green third, and we finished off with a reverse rainbow, and it feels pretty good. How long has this video been? 8 minutes. I don't think there's any reason to prolong it. As you can see, my crossword streak is still going strong. What I'll do is, if I can take my streak up to, like, let's say, uh, 1499, then for my 1500th puzzle, I'll do a special episode for that. But for now, I think I'm gonna focus on Connections, at least until I get all of the the new achievements that they've added. And I'm pretty happy with today's performance. It was a now the downside to doing this is now I've got the adrenaline rush. I'm now even more awake, which is gonna ruin my sleep cycle even more. But on the other hand, it feels pretty damn good. That was a proper reverse rainbow. I feel like I was in pretty good form. And whenever I do eventually go to sleep, I feel like it's gonna feel pretty good. It's also gonna feel pretty good to get it done before I wake up, and then like I I don't have anything to do for the rest of the day. I can just take the whole day off, right? You know, there's a case to be made, and that that it's better in some ways to do it like this. But anyway, uh think that's gonna be all for today. I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you'll join me next Sunday for the next Connections. And until then, Take care.